Farmer Dre back at us on a beautiful day here on the farm. I want to thank everybody for stopping by. If you haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button, go and smash that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, hit that notification icon so you guys can be notified whenever I do upload a video. Today we're going to go ahead and take off the row covers in the field. We went ahead and covered those up, but I am out here in the high tunnel and I want to talk to you guys a little bit about row covers and strawberries in the spring. Here in southwest Missouri, we do get a beautiful spring, but with that beautiful spring we get a lot of cold spells coming through, a couple nights where it gets below freezing. And since the last week of February, since we originally took off the covers, it only got cold once or twice, so we went ahead and covered up the strawberries. And then a month went by, didn't have to cover the strawberries at all, and a couple days ago it got down to 27 here on the farm for 2 nights in a row. So we went ahead and covered them, and that's the beauty about growing strawberries, is you can go ahead and protect them with these row covers. So in the field they're still covered, we have to go ahead and head out there and uncover them, but in here I went ahead and covered them as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the plants a little bit. But in here it is a high tunnel, so we get a couple degrees protection just because of plastic tunnel and with the row cover. So it got down to 27 degrees in here on Thursday night, and underneath I put a low high temperature gauge, and it was 22 degrees warmer underneath the row covers in the high tunnel and with the plastic on top. So 22 degrees warmer than the outside temperature with row covers in the high tunnel. So I just wanted to show you guys that and tell you guys that if you put row covers in the high tunnel, it does work. So we got 22 degrees. So it was really warm. I was actually shocked when it was 50 something degrees whenever I uncovered these in the morning. I was like, wow, how can that be? But hey, that just proves that with row covers in the high tunnel you get that extra frost protection. But over here, these are the Roccos. We got the Monterey's here on this side. But I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys all of the strawberries are growing nicely. But since the Roccos are a lot earlier, look at that. These will be ready in about 10 days or so. And look at this, we got a bunch of baby strawberries in here. These plants are huge, about a foot tall now, and they're just growing, loving it. There's a lot of strawberries on here, and then we get into the Chandlers are a little later. But look at these Monterey's as well. These are a day neutral variety. So we got a lot of small berries there, a lot of beautiful strawberries. So everything is looking good, everything is growing nicely. Spring is here. Then we have these Chandlers that are just now starting to flower, which I kind of expected these because these are a lot later than the Roccos there, but they still got a lot of flowers coming on here and they're still growing. Look at this, we got a lot of green berries in here on about every plant. If you look through here, a lot of green berries, a lot of flowers, and this is why we need to protect them from the cold. So in here I went ahead and killed off the weeds in between the rows here, so it makes it real nice and clean, and it gives the plants zero competition. So all the power and energy goes to the plants. And I've been fertilizing these, but that's a video for another time. Let's go ahead out in the field and start uncovering and showing you guys the strawberries out there. So I'm still waiting for my for Isaac and some of my sisters to come out here to help me out, because it is a it takes a crew to go out there and a team to pull them off. We only covered half of them, and I'll explain when we get out there. But that's one of the benefits of using row cover. Is the biggest thing is frost protection. And you know, before we started growing strawberries, I had no idea that row covers are so effective. And in the field with just the row covers, there was about a 9-degree difference between outside temperature and underneath the row covers. So you do get that 9 degrees where it protects your berries, your flowers from freezing. And when it comes to strawberries and the critical temperatures on strawberries, so the open bloom is the most sensitive at 30 degrees. Then you have the popcorn stage, which is about 26, I believe, 27, 26 degrees. And then you have the buds inside the crown there that are a lot more tolerant, takes up to like 20 degrees. So, you know, if a light frost comes through, pull the covers on, you're protected. So the only issue, if it gets really cold, like in the teens, then you could throw a couple layers of row covers on if you have them. But if not, there's other methods like sprinkle irrigation and sprinkling and kind of frosting. You know, I've actually never done it, but I have a few friends that do, that they just turn on their overhead irrigation, and that process of freezing with the water creates heat and it protects the strawberries from freezing. But hopefully we never have to experience that here in Missouri, so we are not equipped for that. But there are many methods of frost protection when it comes to strawberries. Alrighty, out here in the strawberries, and I gotta unplug this electric fence here. And I did some changes on this fence, and it seems to be working wonders now. In the fall I had a little bit of issue because I built this fence on an existing fence, and the deer already knew that fence was there, so they figured it out pretty quick. But I built a whole nother strip here going through here like this, and that's the existing fence. It kind of gave us a drive by anyways. But yeah, now in the spring it seems to be working great. Well, because everything else has been blooming and growing, and deer don't care as much about eating my strawberry plants compared to eating the neighbor's grass. So. Alrighty, so as you guys can see here, we only covered half of the strawberry field, and the reason is half of the field here is Chandler. Well, we have 25,000 Chandlers out here, which is our main variety. And Chandlers is a really good variety to grow. You know, very good for U-picks, and that's the go-to variety when it comes to strawberry farms, especially here in Missouri. But the thing about Chandler is the shelf life isn't too great, and it has 7 days where when it peaks, you got strawberries throughout the whole patch like crazy, and then it just kind of dies down. So we didn't have too many blossoms on the rest of the patch, so I was thinking if we only cover half of the patch, so we went ahead and covered 18 rows, and 5 of those rows were Roccos, so we covered 13,000 Chandlers. And my idea and plan with that was if we could protect half of them and get them going a little quicker than the rest of the field, then we will split the harvest in half. So one weekend we could be picking off half of the 13,000 Chandlers here, and then another weekend we'll be picking off the other 12,000 that we have out here. So that's my idea, and I talked to one of my friends, and he said he heard of other people doing that, and he said it's kind of iffy because if you get these plants going and they're full on blooming, and then you get a cold snap come through, then you got a higher chance of losing your crop. But now it's already April, you know, I'm hoping we won't have any more frost, and if we do, with these row covers, we should be able to help it out. And like I said, it got down to 27 degrees, which it didn't affect the plants at all. And if there was a few blossoms on that side of the patch there, on those Chandlers, it did kill them off, but it did not hurt any of the crown or any of the buds or the popcorn of the flowers there. So that's the whole goal and idea, and that's my thinking that I used out here. So hopefully it worked, and it will work. So it frosted on Thursday, and today is Saturday, so they've been covered for a couple days, just kind of getting them a jump start. They should have been taken off yesterday, but I just want to leave another extra hour, a few hours under there, go ahead and get them going. So until my siblings get out here, I'm gonna start hanging off sandbags here and get to work. If you guys are wondering, we have about 1,000 sandbags to do here. Well, in the entire patch, we only have 400 to 500 to take off today and put them back on. That's the only thing about row covers. They're kind of a pain, I'm not gonna lie. They are a pain, but they do protect your strawberries, and they kind of smush your plants from. But look how beautiful these Roccos out here. And I'm gonna go ahead and try to count up all the buds, see how many flowers we did save. So I don't see any frost damage. None at all. So all the blossoms are growing. So we got 2 crowns here developed. So that's the popcorn stage right there. Small stuff, and then we have the buds down there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And then a few more buds down in there. So there's 20 baby fruit. Like this one right there, that's a baby strawberry right there. And open blossoms on this plant alone. And I'm pretty sure most of the plants are like that. So you take 20 plants, 20 flowers, times 5,000 plants that are out here. That's 100,000 blossoms. In a way, I just saved 100,000 strawberries from freezing these past couple days with row covers. So, and that's an average number. Some plants have more, some plants have less. So, but so if you guys ever dealt with row covers, you guys kind of know the pain. I just realized how hard it is trying to film and work with one hand. So this is a row Chandler right here. I'll go ahead and show you guys those plants as well. So these are the Chandlers, and nice and beautiful. We have a lot of buds popping out there, a few flowers. So look at that. 3, 4, 5 blossoms on each plant there. So let's say if there's 2 flowers on each plant, which is a little more, times 13,000 Chandlers, that's 26,000 blossoms in total. So 126,000 strawberries saved with us applying row covers this weekend. So not too bad, not too bad. Cool. Look at that. So these are the Roccos here. These are the Chandlers, and they say Roccos are 15 days earlier than the Chandlers. But look at these Chandlers. If you guys remember me growing strawberries last year, my plants were 1/8 of these plants here, and we still picked 0.45 pounds per plant. If I don't pick a pound on these plants, I'm be disappointed. So there's actually more. I mean, there's 7, 8 flowers on this plant alone. So it's beautiful. We've been cutting the grass weekly. Not too bad. So we will have strawberries out here pretty quick on these Roccos here. So look at that. Nice and beautiful. So you guys know I'm going to keep track of all the yield and everything throughout the whole season. We still got a lot of cleanup to do. I got to come through and clean off these ends here and do a lot of stuff. Anyways, I'm going to put this camera down here and get to work. What we're doing here, Isaac is just throwing the sandbags here. So we leave them out in the field until about the last week of April before we start picking. Just because if we do get a cold frost come through or a cold night, we go ahead and cover them. But these strawberry plants are looking really good. Alrighty, y'all, so just like that, all the row covers are put. Probably took us a half hour to 45 minutes. Doesn't take too long. It's pretty labor intensive job pulling these back and forth. But you know, sitting down and calculating the amount of strawberries we did save with the row covers, we would be dumb not to cover them, because that's the bulk of our first crop right there. So it's not too bad. That's why, you know, growing strawberries is so nice, because you have a kind of an insurance and a protection. And you know, that's the beauty of growing strawberries, and being able to apply row covers at the right time. So we will be back out here on Monday, and every single Monday is mowing day. So we'll come out here and mow the rows in between the rows. This is annual ryegrass that we seeded back before we even planted. And ryegrass is great. The only thing I had to complain about, it grows too fast. We mow it, you know, 2 to 3 inches every single Monday, and look at it now. It's growing nicely. And that's the thing, it makes a really nice mat. And for us, we are a U-pick, so we have to make it pleasant for the customers and for the family and the kids that come out. Because if it's, you know, a bunch of mud out here and it's wet, you know, your customers are gonna be disappointed. And you know, we can't control the weather and we can't control the rain, but if there's ripe berries out here, we're gonna have to, you know, be able to open up. It's a beautiful experience for the kids and the families that come out to U-pick. So yeah, in total today, we're taking off the road covers. So with the high tunnels, there, you guys saw the high tunnel strawberries. They're massive. We got green berries. We got a bunch of flowers. And with all these, I'm pretty sure we saved over 150,000 blossoms from freezing. And if we do get another cold snap, we got the covers out here. And like I said, we don't take the covers out here till about the last week of April, just because that's when if we get a cold snap coming through in May, when we're harvesting, it's kind of, you know, I've never experienced that. So we'll see, and we'll take it as it comes if we ever get there, but Lord willing, that never happens. So this is gonna be pretty much it for today. If you guys haven't already, go and hit that subscribe button, go ahead and smash that like button if you guys enjoyed today's video. Don't forget, hit that notification icon so you guys can be notified whenever I do upload a video. I want to say thanks for watching up to this point. You guys have a good day, and we will see you next time.